Do the intro.
What's up? Today, during these 25 minutes maximum, we're gonna describe and compare the book of Mice and Men. So we both read the book and seen the movie, and we have found some similarities and some differences between them. So we're gonna start off by talking about the setting, and after that we would describe the characters. But we think that the subject characters and plot events are connected to each other, because describing the characters is making more sense of how they act and what they do during these events. And at the end we're gonna end up by telling from a big perspective, like a resolution of what is the same between the book and the movie, and what's the difference. So we're going to start off by talking about the setting. So Oscar, do you think...
Yeah, we can start with similarities in the book and the movie. And the environment is pretty the same, I would say. Partly from in the beginning of the movie and the book. Because in the movie, they start from... starting getting chased by the old farm, and in the book it starts after they're got chased.
Yeah, during the trip to the new
exactly. And some other things is that it's more horses in the movie than in the book.
That's kind of a difference between...
Exactly. Yeah. Do you have something more?
Yeah, I think all the places during the book and the movie is partly the same. Everything is described as the same. Is the book in the book and in the movie, they are at the same places, and all the events happens at the same time at the same place.
Yeah.
We think also that the timeline of this movie is during the industrialization.
So, in the USA, maybe in Alabama.
Yeah, around there, Alabama, Texas, because they talk with different accents
exactly.
from...
like a cowboy. Cowboy. Cowboy.
So, and partly why we think that is during the industrialization, because they use a lot of new techniques to farm.
Exactly.
Like machines and everything in that.
Many machines. New cities are getting involved with transport and that stuff.
So after that, I think the book and it doesn't change in the book or in the movie, and some kind of difference between that Oscar said about the horses is that you see more of everything in the movie than you do in the book, because in the book they don't describe these small things about that it is horses all around the place and all over the ranch, and but in the movie you see it with your own eyes.
Exactly.
And I think all the details that's in the book are more is kind of converted to a more visualized view in the movie. But the characters, and we have a lot of characters in this book.
God. We can start with the main characters, George and Lenny. And George is taking care of Lenny, and he's pretty hard and self-confident.
You can think that he has a heart of steel.
Exactly. He don't laugh much or jokes or something.
No, he's more kind of that. He's that person that gives everyone's orders. He wants to be in charge.
He's a leader.
Yeah, he sees himself like a leader and like a big brother to Lenny, even though he's smaller.
Exactly. But that is only because Lenny do whatever he says.
Yeah. So Lenny is kind of handicapped. Nowadays you would call him retarded, but so now.
But he's like a 5-year-old kid in the mind, but
he has a big body.
But he looks like a fucking
like a fucking
strong dude
This looks like the Hulk, but
exactly.
he's kind of 5 years old in his head. So if you can think that we've described it, then George and Lenny, and something that we can see that, or should we take some more characters before we take the plot events?
We can combine.
Yeah, we can combine. So we're gonna take like Curly, for example, which is the boss of everyone that works there, but he's the son for the ranch owner.
Should we not talk about more George and Lenny?
George and Lenny.
How they are. Why Lenny?
Yeah, so
Lenny always gets George in trouble.
Yeah, he always gets. George is kind of pissed when he's around Lenny, but at the same time he's happy because
he loves him.
He loves him, yeah, exactly, because he had took care of Lenny as he was a child. When he got left by, I think it was the aunt, aunt that left him alone, and then George has took care of him his whole life. So it kind of that Lenny can't survive by himself, so he needs George. Exactly. But at the same time, George thinks that Lenny's just a troublemaker for him because he can't have his jobs because Lenny always gets in trouble, and then George has to make up for him and put everything right.
You see that George wants to have a own house, money, and do something with his life.
Yeah, he wants some success, but it's hard when you're around Lenny.
Because he always gets in trouble.
Yeah. And for example, why they got kicked out from their old ranch was because Lenny's a guy that likes to
pat stuff.
Pat stuff that's soft and lean, or
especially hair.
Especially hair, and that's why he loves small animals, soft animals, and always wants. He always wants a small animal.
But somehow he's so strong, so he breaks.
He breaks every neck of the animals. So he's kind of hard-handed, but he has a soft mind. You can say
he's really kind.
He's really kind, but when he's just too strong, as you were saying. He's strong as hell. Yeah. But the thing is, like when they get kicked off from their old ranch, Lenny was patting the lady in the red dress that also is in the beginning of the movie. You see a lady in a red dress running, with holes in her dress, running and screaming towards the ranchers or the workers. And that's why Lenny had pat her soft dress, and I think it was getting out of control when because Lenny's like he's patting soft things, but he doesn't know, like, he's getting hard-handed, and he just
the girl like said about get off, but he still wants to pat.
Yeah, he doesn't understand where someone says stop. It's like
he wants to still going.
Yeah, he thinks that it is okay, still okay.
Yeah, so it's just get wrong.
Yeah. So why? So that's kind of describing George and Lenny and why they act like they do. Ciao morfar.
Tjena.